Hey everyone, welcome. Susan Winter here, best-selling author, relationship expert, coming to you again with another live YouTube segment on yet again another bit of bad dating behavior. Today we're going to talk about when somebody leaves you on read. Now, years ago, we might have been able to say, maybe they didn't get the message, maybe it didn't go through. But now, not so much. So I'm going to attend to that. I want to hear your experiences, share them here. Again, I've got Super Chat. So if you have something you definitely need me to read out loud and give you an answer to, make sure that you put it in Super Chat. And just for all of you that do Super Chat at the very, very end, because first we talk about the bad behavior, then I'll go into your individual questions. Could be breakups, could be I'm seeing somebody, I don't know what's going on. But if you do a Super Chat at the very, very end, I might not see it. And in that case, I look at everything and I will start the recorded version of this that you'll see on YouTube, I don't know what you call it, after live. You'll see in cap letters your name and my answer to you. So I never want to leave anybody out, okay? All right. Everybody's here. Sarah Jane has a situation with a guy for 6.5 years. Let's see. Encore is, I think, from India. Let's see. And Arajita, Mohammed, Danny, Blissful Life. You guys, I want to show you something before we start. I have to thank you, all of you. I have a shout out for everyone who has ever bothered to click on Susan Winter. You didn't have to. I don't know how you found me, but I am so grateful because look at this. This is my 100,000 subscribers. You guys, thank you so much. Isn't that beautiful? I love what YouTube does. Isn't that nice? I am so thrilled because all of you made this possible for me. I started recording like 4 years ago and I was scared to make it go. So I have 2 job titles for anybody that works with me: Fetch It and Make It Go. Fetch It means I need some help. Can you figure this out? Tell me how to do this. And Make It Go means, can you make it technically go? Everyone, look at this here. Sean, Joe, Anna, Marg, Calvin, Jawahar, Lara, unknown artist. Thank you. So again, you guys, this is you. I'm just here in the process. All of you, I'm just here because you have, for wonderful reasons of your own, decided to grace me with your trust and that your confidence, and you come back to this little channel. And I didn't know how to make my camera go in the beginning. I mean, I was so scared. It sat in the box for 2 years. And somebody had gotten me, maybe it was Peter Shankman, somebody got me a YouTube channel way back in 2012. And I didn't know how to make it happen. I would do a little video and then I'd send it to Johnny to make it go for me. And then he magically made it go in here. So today we are going to start. All of you, welcome. Let's talk about some bad behavior. What is on read? Why do people do it? What does it mean for you? How should you respond to it? Okay. We have increasing titles. Amira, thank you for all the hearts. We have increasing titles like every week. It seems like some journalist is coming up with a new word for the pathetic lack of civil interaction and politeness. I think I remembered reading a tweet years ago that politeness has become so rare, it is misconstrued for flattery and attention, for flirtation. So let's talk about on read. Now, years ago, we might have been able to say they didn't get the message. And certainly I know for myself, if a person, a friend, a colleague has sent me a text, many times I'll be on my phone and I'm just starting to text back, or I look at it and I get sideswiped. Somebody calls me, something's happening, and I forget. Worse yet, have you ever found something where you didn't press send? Now, is that a possibility? Of course. If it's someone romantic, now this is the difference. You might leave your friend on read for like a half hour, 45 minutes, because you know you're going to call them back and everything is good. But if it's a romantic situation, somebody you've just met, a logistics thing, are we meeting Tuesday for dinner? These things, we we need to have a response to this. What if you've just slept with them and now they don't respond back? It's like, hey, I had a great time. Nice seeing you. Want to get together again? Or what's your schedule? And then nothing. What they say, crickets, right? So this is disheartening, and it should be, because it's a sudden realization that we are not a priority. And that's sad, right? It's unfortunate. So how do we handle that? Most people will choose to let a day or two go by and do a second message. And you don't need to state in the second message, by the way, I didn't hear back from you, because that's redundant. But you may want to say something like, I'm checking in. We mentioned something about Friday, just want to clear my schedule or see if you're still open so I know how to make plans. So I'm a big one on being proactive only for my sense of resolution, because I don't want to be waiting around on somebody. We're supposed to be together, we're not. So I don't have a problem reaching out. I give them a certain amount of time. I kind of figure, oh, here we go. But then my thought is, I just got to know, can I go to the gym? Can I see friends instead? Could I just relax? What could I do? And so don't waste my time. So being on read. Does anyone have anything they'd like me to read that is about this? Okay. There's a I got to. Sometimes there's a downgrade in human behavior. Yeah, like the last 20 years. So Amanda, thank you. You guys are all responsible for my reward here. Oh, Facebook will tell you if it's read. No hiding that. iMessage or text you may not know. So I sneak in and off of messages on Facebook, and I can see the messages. I don't click on it, so they stay dark. But you guys, it's because I have a public profile for business, right? But people bombard me. I don't know. Hey, you want to marry me? Hey, I had this problem. They go, what? I mean, I had a guy send me a 7-page Word doc. I'm like, what? I'm not even working with you. What is this? So I try and sneak on and sneak off because I don't know these people. So I personally don't use that. I try not to. But we can tell when people are around. There are settings when you can see. I mean, another version of this in real life, well, more closer to real life, is when you haven't heard from somebody and they're telling you how busy they are, and then you see their posts on a social media site. Oh, they're not that busy. That project, that out of town, they're someplace else, and they're not making time for you. So at some point in our dating process, we have to figure out how to call it. And by that, I mean the very tactful, diplomatic writing of a text message that lets them know that you know there's no contact. And I don't want to say it's a veiled threat, but you have to call them out on it. So I have certain ways to do it, and I always wonder when I do it if everybody's going to do the same formulaic method. It should be in your language. But the method that you want to say, the message underneath, should be something to the effect of, however you communicate it, that you were interested, you liked them. And the reason I start with that, unless they're a complete dick, is because sometimes there's this fear and the distancing dance in a new relationship. You never know what tips somebody off. I give people the benefit of a doubt. And the reason is that so many times I've worked with a client and they start distancing. And you guys know this story from me because one person pulls back, the other one pulls back. And in that case, all the other person needs to know is, I like you, or I've liked you, or I really liked seeing you. So I normally put that in as the first one. I don't feel vulnerable for saying it because if there is the slightest chance that one of their friends tried to talk them out of it, oh, don't date that person, or, oh, you know, this one only wants that. If somebody got in their head or if their fears got in their head, I want to make sure that's taken care of. The second part is the lack of communication. You guys have heard me say something like, you know, I like you. I had a great time. I think it was very interesting. But in order for me to stay interested in this communication, it has to be two-way. Or in order for me to remain attracted to you, it has to be communicative dialogue that we have going on here. Oh God, brain freeze. I had enough coffee this morning. You think I'd get that, but you guys know what I'm saying, right? I think I've said that better in the past. That way you're letting them know. It's kind of like the final call, like, hey, I like you, but I'm not hearing from you. So I've got to assume that that means that you're not interested. And unless you clarify this with me, then best wishes. So it kind of has to be like that. Now, why do we do that? I like to leave that clarification in there unless I've misunderstood this or unless there's something I don't know that's going on. So if I'm wrong with this, please clarify. Some version of one of those phrases allows that person an out. It allows them the ability to contact you again if they were just off. Distracted, off, oh my goodness, I do like them, let me keep them in the loop. And if you don't hear from them, you just walk on. So let me read some of your comments here. Some read the preview and make the other person think that has been blocked, and a week later they call. My ex-boyfriend, had this awful habit. We have been on and off 5 times, and the 5th one was the last. You know, what is it nowadays that people don't return messages? I mean, we're all busy, but it's politeness. I mean, honestly, unless you really detest somebody, why would you not just do a quick response? Hey, do you know how many times people call me and I've got to do that? May I call you later? Automatic thing, because I can't. I'm on the phone. I can have back clients. So let's see. Susie D says, I think it's so incredibly rude, just like ghosting. Grow a damn spine. People are afraid of being direct. Not you guys, the others out there. We don't have everybody yet. We got 100,000. By the time we get 1 million, maybe people will have better behavior because they'll really like this message and know it's okay to be honest and straightforward. It actually takes far more courage and self-awareness to, 1, know what you feel, 2, be able to articulate that in a manner that the other person understands, and just the courage of saying it, far more powerful than backing off, distancing, assuming, playing a game. You guys know I don't have hard and fast rules for no contact. There are times to back off, but I don't have a definite rule because I don't know the exact story. This kind of en read thing tends to happen in a couple of different scenarios. 1, you've just met somebody, had the first date. They really don't have the courage to tell you, I'm seeing 5 other people and you're just not that hot. So they don't want to turn you down. 2, it can happen after you've just slept with somebody and they're backpedaling. 3, if it happens when you're in a relationship, that person is so mad at you. So you've got to look at that. That is inexcusable. One of the things about having a relationship is you've got to pick your battles. There are times that you can be with a partner and one or the other will say, I can't talk right now. I will talk to you. I am so mad and so upset. I don't want to say the wrong thing. So let me gather my thoughts. I don't want to blow up a bridge here. I've had these discussions and I've heard them, okay? And it's good. Remember, the difference between dating and riding that roller coaster ride where you get ejected from the seat at any spot in the journey, right? And having a relationship is, in a relationship, we try to discipline our emotions and not blow up the bridge. In a relationship, we try to hold hands and walk through the very uncomfortable pieces that come up. Almost all the clients that call me, one person is here and one person is there, and they're not meeting. Even the ones that care for each other, that are in a relationship, it's just one wants one thing, the other wants another thing, and their wounds are bumping up against each other. Their fear, one fears being trapped, the other fears, that they're not that the person is going to leave them, and they battle each other. But the wisdom of this whole thing is quite fabulous. Life is going to throw you in the midst of the person who's so delicious and the bait to get you in the gate, to have you have this self-awareness, to have you have this discomfort, not to torture you, to illuminate the places where you are fearful and you can move forward, places that you can undo that locked position and gain confidence in yourself. I bet there are like 10,000 things I haven't read in here. Again, you guys super chat me if you want me to see something. You all having Sister Susan, you still looks like young. If you fall in love, young men, what will you do? I'm not quite sure what that is. I've fallen in love with a young man before, a couple times. Yep. What will I do? What will I do? Do my best. Let's see. Only reach out once, RG says. More than that is looked upon as stalking from the receiver. I do one clarification. It depends on how close you are. We're talking probably about somebody you just met and you don't have a lot at stake. So I do one clarification, like I've really liked my time with you. I've enjoyed seeing where this can go. In order for me to stay attracted to you, I would need to have contact. So I don't want to wrongly assume the lack of contact. Whatever, and then you go into the rest of it. Let's see. Hi, Susan. Hi, Tony. Let's see. Best way to stop being left on read is to stop messaging that person. Agree on clarification. I agree. Liv, I agree. So there's another thing, yet another term for bad behavior that is called double texting, and it's where you get frantic. Like you just keep saying, you there? Are you there? I sent you a message. You didn't get it. Why are you not getting it? No, so that's frantic. We are all prone to that from time to time, especially if it's somebody that we're in a relationship with and they've gotten weird on us. We have a little bit more wiggle room to be double texting if it's somebody with whom we're in a real partnership. We are a couple. And by that, I mean, we know each other's circle of friends. We know each other's family members. We're definitely seen as a couple. We've been together for quite some time. You have a right to say, hey, what is up? I sent you this message. Really, now I'm getting offended. Are you not talking about this? Are you busy? Now I'm getting worried. That's okay. So where are we? 15 after the hour. I want to start to, is everybody done with the on read? Do you know what you want to do here? Okay, wait, this is different. The giving book. Hang on. Susan, what do you do if an ex posts our pics still, despite us breaking up 2 years back? I can't go the legal way. On social media, well, it is their history. They have their right. However, if they are trying to imply that you are currently together, or they are putting an unattractive picture of you, something that defames who you are, then you have to have a conversation with them. I mean, if it's an ex, you should be able to contact them. Legalities, I've been all over this, because the more we do in this business, the more we go up, the more we get bottom feeders that try and attack us on the underside. There's not a lot you can do legally. I mean, you have to really have a very strong case against some of these things, other than being irritated by their behavior. Can you double text to someone who you hired? Oh, if you've hired somebody and you're the employer, even if it's a 1099 contractor and they're not showing up for work and you have something urgent, absolutely. Absolutely. And there should be ramifications for that. When you take a job, it's not a whimsical thing like, maybe I'll do the work, maybe I won't. I'll see how I feel. No, that's your right. Absolutely. You guys are really good. Let's see, time to move on. Plenty of fish out there. That's right. Oh, and so Ruluna, sorry, you guys, just said she just found my videos last week. Thank you so much for that. Robert, thank you for this, congratulating me on this beautiful plaque. I mean, it's really, really nice what they do. Okay, guys, so now I'm opening it up to general questions. If you put it, general question, super chat, I'll be sure to see it. Snowstar says, what if the almost boyfriend won't fix the left on read behavior? Have you told him why you need that? See, directives to people are very offensive, especially people who don't want to be controlled. So we need to tell them why. Baby, if you leave me on read, I'm just assuming like I'm not important and I don't text you that much. This is logistics. Okay, maybe you can get a partial agreement to start with a comfort level. If I ask you a time, a date, a place, or I have something urgent, all I ask is, can you please respond? Or if you're busy, just say later and get back to me, okay? That, communication is part of the right of being in an almost relationship. If you're in an almost relationship, you're almost there. And remember, set the rules of engagement along the way, because this is your relationship too. Arjita Roy, can you manifest your ex, when he was the one who broke up, will his feelings change? You manifested where you were at the point of your intersection, and that's the point at which he connected to you energetically. If he broke up with you, that point where you met no longer works. I think it is a better choice, since he's advanced, for you to leave the position where you were with him, because it wasn't working for him. It wasn't. You have to leave that position and you have to advance forward. And there's a whole process I have for this in breakup triage. But I think you need to do this because you can never wait to manifest them back. You have to be future forward in your thinking. That's a Susan word. I don't think it exists. But you have to be future forward in your thinking to move forward onto a new place in the map so you smell, look, feel differently. Then, after you figured out what happened here, what you did, and why you chose this guy, then after you've done all that work and you've gone future forward to go trotting off and exploring your new possible future and date some other people, maybe then you will be at a different energetic place and he will want to reconnect with you. But chances are, if you've really transformed, you won't want him. That's how it goes. Absolutely. So where are we now? Oh, you guys have wonderful things here. I have an employee who I have to remind every time that she should keep her word. Is this normal? No. You guys, I love my millennials, but if it's a millennial, it's kind of like work is, oh man, it's getting in the way of my fun. And that is so great for me, who's a workaholic, to get that kind of balance. We have to, with some employees, have a bottom line. I do know that for some people who love to multitask, which is a specific generation, you need to have a very clear to-do list. I just contacted this morning my Instagram gal who helps me with that, and YouTube. She helps me with this. And I asked her, I need to talk to you. I have a couple questions to ask you. When are you free for an hour-long conversation? I want to pin her down. Write a to-do list. Let's see what's going on here. The message. Okay, sometimes your messages will be hidden because you've sworn. Okay, let's see. Amber says, my boyfriend, we are on a break, cheated. And I left to heal. I finally came back to a point to forgive him. I forgive him, and he left it unread. Baby, there's a very, very, very fine line between taking a break and I've just dumped you, but I don't want to say it. Look at the facts. Sometimes when we're so emotional, but the connection, we forget the facts. The fact your boyfriend, committed relationship, cheated on you. You're supposed to go heal and forgive him, and now he leaves you unread? Come on, people, help her out here. You know what I'm talking about. This is a no-go zone. No, it does not get better from here. You don't fix it from here. Yes, let go of it to heal yourself, for heaven's sake. The reason we forgive them, well, we don't really forgive them. How can I say it? You can't get rid of the pain until you transmute that energy into something else. We have to take that awareness and make it work for us. If you don't get a gift from it, you're going to hang on to it and it's going to hurt you. I urge all of you. I did this in Allowing Magnificence. If you've had a chance to read the book, it's an ebook also. I try and talk about how you can change the course of this pain in real time. We have to look and see what this condition is bringing to us, why it's in our life, because not for nothing, it's in our life, not our girlfriend's life, not, our neighbor's life, it's in our life. So we bring it in. What can we do with it? We have to change this whole story. And now we find the benefit. And once you find the benefit, amazing, the pain goes away. What else, you guys? Let's see. For some, Sadie says, for some time in my life, I'm dating great guys. They are very keen and try to impress me, but I can't get a second date. People have become really good at this first date, blowing you out of the water. I don't know. I think some people are just pulling out all the stops to be kind and friendly. And we don't know if there's a second date. But sometimes I ask them questions that people can't believe. And I might say, so what are you looking for? Or if I feel uncomfortable asking them, I'll say, listen, here's what I'm looking for. Nice to meet you. And I'll also say, so how many people are you dating right now? So how many people, with whom are you involved? You have more than a couple people you're seeing right now? So would you consider yourself playing the field? I'll bait them a little bit. Oh, so you're just like looking to hang out and stuff like that. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. I just let them talk, let them talk, let them talk. You'll see what you have there. Okay, so this young man says, I expressed my feelings for a 35-year-old woman. I'm 20. And she said no, but her whole face turned red. Did that mean anything? Oh, yeah. This is, I'm going to try not to go sideways too long. This is what this means. She's flattered. She's embarrassed, but she's flattered, and she didn't know how to take it. Now, the difference between like a 30-year-old and a 25, that seems like a lot. When you get into your 40s, that shortens a little bit. So what's really cool here, oh, hi, let's see. What do we have here in the live chat? Okay. I'm going to get right to you. Okay. Cicely, so what it means to you, the young man, okay, it means that what she was thinking about it, she's flattered, it's too big an age gap with her, or she's got her own psychological barriers on being with somebody younger. It's society-based. You had a name from a foreign country, so maybe in your culture, in your environment, they're not so permissive as they are here. Okay, Cicely says, I was ghosted after a year of dating. I confronted him about keeping previous interests around. He got mad and we haven't spoken for 2 weeks. I was ghosted after a year of dating. He got mad at getting called out, honey. You hit him, center, point. I am so sorry, Cicely, but you've got to clarify this and end this situation. You've got to say, give him the way it is. I care for you. I've been with you. We've been dating, and now you keep these previous interests around. That's really uncomfortable for me. All right, that's not respectful, and he wouldn't want you to do it. So just tell him, I really care for you. I'd like to, but this makes me very uncomfortable. These are active people that you're interested in, and you involve yourself with them, and it's messy. It's disrespectful. Okay, Erica, $10. Oh my God, you guys, this is great. There's a guy 14 years younger than me. Is it realistic for me to believe this could go anywhere serious? Oh, yes. Okay, nice guy, but communication to me could be better. You may have to help him express himself. Listen, all older women and younger men did. When I wrote this book, all I wanted to do was open up the possibility exists. A young guy can love an older woman, and you can have a relationship. And like any other relationship, it's not without its issues. So maybe you're the one who's better at communicating. Maybe he's just scared. Most young guys are so intimidated and scared. They don't have the confidence to walk up to a woman and say that they like her. They're going to fumble around and try and act cool. But absolutely, Erica, you have to do some more research on this guy. Give him a chance. Tell him what you like. The easiest way to teach somebody so that they don't feel like they're being taught is to say, look, here's how I communicate. I would like personally to, if we've got an issue or something feels weird, let's have the courage to talk about it. I really value honesty. There's no bad or wrong answer. That way, at least we can figure out what's going on here. Give him a couple dates. See how you feel. He may be deeply emotionally intelligent, which is with younger generations normally the case. Okay, wait. Who went away? Okay, Reba, 15 pounds. Thank you, my darling. I've been longing for an ex with whom the relationship ended a year ago during the honeymoon period. Oh God, you guys know that's rough. Watch all of my videos on the honeymoon breakup. I feel wrong for having these feelings after a year. No one has measured up to him as of yet. Okay. You've got to download Breakup Triage, and I ask you to do that. If you have Audible, it's free. You guys, I think Amazon, I think they sell it for $1.99. It's pathetic. It cost me $900 to make it. That is me talking to you in an audio file on the 7 steps to break free. You still have him, my darling, on a pedestal. You have framed, because it was the honeymoon breakup, the best of what it could be. You are in love with what you hoped this would be. He broke up with you. He gave you this wonderful experience. Then they pull the mat out from underneath you because they never could sustain it. Remember, this is section 1. Flirtation, seduction. They get you in the gate. They get you to bite. They get your heart. Boom. It's over. Game over. And I'm so sorry to say that. For whatever reason, the game was over. Consciously or unconsciously. Please don't think everybody goes, oh man, I'm going to mess her up. I'm going to make her fall in love. I can't wait to do this. That's what happens. We have to take them off the pedestal. Okay, I got to go sideways for a story. I'm sure I've got other super chats here. I don't yet, so I'm going to stop and go sideways. You guys know, if you've looked at my website, I don't do like sign up for a 6-month package or a 4-month package. I don't do that stuff. I get between 350 and 550 individual new clients every year who just contact me. Okay, that's fabulous. And the reason I get that is because I'm trying to fix you in 45 minutes. There's a new lady. She wanted to sign up every week, and I didn't offer like monthly packages. I let you go. I'm not going to try and upsell you. She could not get over her fiance. They had a 5-year relationship. And every time it got close, he would stall and not go through with this, and some issue would come up. They were living together. She was terrified of seeing him or having any communication. And there was unfinished business that had to be done. And I suggested that she go through a third party to contact this person. And I said to her, but at one point, if I'm working with you, you've got to go through this for your own freedom. It's for you. It's for you to be free. And so I said, I want you have locked, my darling, you have locked the camera and the lens onto this image of where this guy is and who he was. You didn't take him off the pedestal. You didn't do a 360. For all the times he seemed loving, didn't he also do this? It's been a year. I didn't try and make it better. So you have to physically move the angle of the camera, and suddenly you're going to see trees and a storm and rocky things and broken glass. You're going to see a whole different image. She ran into him on the street, and he's never in her area. He's hardly ever even in the US. She said she didn't feel that. The pang of desire was gone. She wrote me this big letter this morning. Trust me, this stuff works. You get to this by this. This is how we tell this thing to get in order, because we start to put all the pieces together and they lose their luster. They're not so shiny. Okay, I hope that helps you. You guys are fabulous. Let's see, what else do we have here? Oh, we got lots of stuff coming in. I'm thinking of just asking him. Okay, you guys have this whole conversation in here. Now, I believe we are all helping. What was her name? Okay. Oh, okay, here's a new one. Okay, so Reba, that was all for you, okay? You understand that? I really want you to take a look at Breakup Triage. If you have Audible, it's probably for free. That's the thing about Amazon. You have a book, you know what it cost, like the year out of your life, and then you see them say, oh, included for $2.99. Here you go. There is a solution to all of this, okay? Part of it is what we do here on the weeklies, and what I do when I do the pre-recorded is I try and walk you through the steps to find where are the tools when you come to this place. I want to be the best Sherpa. And you know, I never meant to do this as a profession. You guys know I came from opera, then financial news. I was a commentator and corporate spokeswoman for about half of the Fortune 500 companies. Then I retired late 30s. I moved to the country. I started bodybuilding. I became a fantasy action figure. I never saw this career coming. And this came late at life when you have to really hustle to match people that have been doing this 30 years. I mean, this is kind of new for me. So I really rely upon all the information I've learned throughout my life. We've got to get these tools so that when we see this stuff, we know how to address it. There is a real gap in our evolution. We are evolving so quickly, and yet at the same time, we've got such pathetic dating behavior, and I just don't see any reason for it. So all of you being informed, being confident within yourself, knowing what your human rights are. I keep meaning to do a video on that. You guys, there are basic human rights you have in dating. Did you know that? You have the right to be treated with respect. You have the right to have an honest conversation, which may have to start with you starting the conversation first. So let me see if there are any more questions here that you guys have for me. I know there's so much. Oh, we have a nice little group of people on here. How to turn a toxic relationship into a healthy relationship. You, Elijah, you might be responding to somebody. That's normally not possible. We do our best. Remember, if it's toxic, both individuals have massive wounds, and the wounds are connecting. Again, not to torture us, to have us work our way through it. But then again, even if you do all the work on your end, you can move them a little bit, but you may not be able to move them enough to have a healthy relationship. So you guys, I want to tell you about something. I never do summits, ever. I never do these like collective things that where they have 25 people are going to be on a summit, blah, blah, blah. I find them to be, quite frankly, a bunch of exploitation. People you've never heard of. They want you to bring your email list and get on board, and then they package it and sell it for money later, right? Which is like not cool. But I said yes to somebody. Maybe you guys have heard of him, Joel Brown, Addicted to Success. So I want you to know I am doing a free summit on the 20th, which is Saturday the 20th. The time in the US for my time, because I'm California, is 4:40 to 5:40. And I'll be posting this here. You'll see it on the community page. Drop in. It's free. There's going to be a link. As a matter of fact, there are a lot of different relationship experts. I'm going to be talking about how to design in your mind and craft the relationship that you want. If we're talking about evolved relationships, I'm going to tell you how to do the work and how to get there. Okay? So there'll be more on that later. NJ Lucky. Thank you, my darling. $9.99 in pounds. Okay. Oh, God. Shit. I'm sorry. My wife left me and my daughter after 8 years to find a rich man. Didn't ask about her daughter once. What? Last month, she texted me saying, I've changed. Should I ignore? Can people change? No. I'm so sorry. I read things like this, you guys. This really bothers me. No. Your disposition is your disposition. Your core is your core. You are a moral, ethical, kind, thoughtful person, or you are not. This is not. A woman leaves you with her daughter to go get somebody rich now who doesn't want her, and she's going to come back to you because at least you're a place to stay. You guys, are you with me on this? I mean, who does this? This is not right. I'm sorry. I don't get emotional, but this is really upsetting me. I'm so sorry for you. I wish if you were here, I could hug you myself. I'm very, very sorry about this. This is just horrible, and that is not acceptable. And this is nobody that you want to have a relationship with, okay? It doesn't work like that. A relationship is two people, and there was a child involved? No. I hate to break your idea, because what you're in love with is the concept of a family. That's what you really want. You don't want the woman. You want the family unit. And this is very, very powerful for men. This is why men suffer so terribly when there's a breakup or a divorce. They have lost the family unit. And this is primal to a man, to protect, to get his little group together. This is very primal. And it feels like a huge betrayal. And you have to understand that this is not a woman who understands the value of that. There's no I've changed. There isn't. If you can do that for that long, you're now desperate. And you're just looking for a plan B. Please, I urge you, get into therapy in your local area, wherever you are in the UK. I urge you to get with a therapist. You show them this note. And you get with somebody that will teach you, I like cognitive therapy, give you a constructive way to rethink on how you view this, to bolster your boundaries and your self-esteem, and to get prepared to unleash this woman from your life mentally, and to prepare you for a loving partner to come into your life that will honor you and your child. Okay? Guys, I'm sorry, I never do this, but that really got me. Okay. Every second of my life. Okay. Yes, I feel, I don't cry over me. This is weird. I cry in movies where something moves me. When I'm moved emotionally is when I actually cry. And somebody has here the 990. Who is this now? Okay, NJ Lucky. So I hope you really heard that message. Okay, that's very important to me. And thank you for coming through the live chat. You guys help him out here. This is Let's see. Saba says, how do I heal my emotions? It always takes me months to get over a relationship. Let's put you on a course of learning how to do that. Again, you guys, just so you know, I forgot to mention this. So in this summit that I'm doing on the 20th, after that, a couple days later, to be determined, and I'm going to tell you here, I'll be doing a masterclass. And I've never done these before. I mean, I kind of do a masterclass here, but I'm going to be working with you hands-on to help you to go through the breakup triage and the cure for heartache so that we can take one section at a time. There are 7 steps. I never thought I had a system. I don't like those marketing things. I don't do the affiliates. I don't do the systems. I don't play any of those marketing games. And then my girlfriend, you hear me talk about Clarissa Silva, the behavioral scientist. She said, Susie, you've got a system and people need to know these breakdown things. You help people all the time get through a breakup and you've never really thought it out. And I thought, okay, I guess I do. I wanted to think, it's unique. It's flowing from me automatically and but there's some consistency. So a couple days after this summit on the 20th, I'm going to be having a 2-hour masterclass. So I'm going to list that for you guys too. And again, I'm exploring new methods to reach a greater amount of people and try and supply these things. So that might be something that you're interested in. These 7 steps seem basic, but when you walk through them, you take the person off the pedestal because that's what you're in love with. If you guys haven't read about this or seen my videos about it, all breakup pain is because you're in love with the dream. That's my terminology. That's Susan language. The dream is the dream of what could have been. And it's not. But you hold on to that dream. We all do it. Don't we hold on to, but they were so wonderful. I got to get it back to there. I've done it. We've all done it. We're trying to get back to when it was wonderful. This person came into our lives and fueled a dream. Suddenly we could see a life of belonging and partnership and family, and they made us believe. And what happened is the person is just the catalyst. They bump you and suddenly give you enough information that you get inspired and excited, and you start to shape the reality that you would like to manifest. And so you think, of course, this person is the one, because they gave you the dream. So of course they're the one, right? We all make that classic mistake. Now the universe is very smart. Sometimes they give you a warm-up round. They just have somebody bump into you just so it can shake it loose. And it may be used for that dream. It may be another dream. It may end up in creativity. It might be a book that you write. We don't know. For me, it was a career. I didn't expect that. So this is how we take care of that. Okay, let's see. We are almost at the end here. Okay, you guys are so wonderful. I love the fact that you're helping each other. Thank you. We are a very special tribe here. We are people that are trying to be in right order. My desire for all of you would be that you are coming from the highest version of yourselves in right order and participating in this free-for-all out here, grounded, solid, knowing your human rights, and enjoying the fact that I got tools. Yeah, I got tools. Oh, you throw that at me? I know that. Oh, you're doing this? Oh, I've seen that. I know the answer to that. So I have another client who is on Magnifi, and she's with a guy who's just like really kind. Now he's acting like a player. And she gave me the whole profile, and I'm like, okay, I've seen this before. So this one you have to slap back a little bit. You don't even give him straight answers. It's so full of nonsense. He's been such a naughty boy, and he's used to getting away with it because of his position and his looks. Women lose their courage. Do you know how many women I've heard say, and probably men too, but I think I hear this more from women. I'm afraid to speak up because I don't want to lose my chance. My chance. Yeah, the guy's sleeping with you. There's no chance here. He's got you in the I'll abuse you bucket. We don't allow that, okay? There's no chance of anything better. However, sometimes somebody who has bad behavior, male or female, straight, gay, doesn't matter, is used to getting away with it because people coddle them because they're so pretty or they're so rich or they're so something or other, they're so famous. And the person who actually stands up to them and says, I do like you. I love it when you're like this, this, and this. But man, you are being so terrible. And, there's a better way to go. And I don't agree with that. I don't do this and I don't do that. And why would you do that? And call them out on it diplomatically, but a little spank. Those are the people they marry. How many times have you seen like a number one catch? And they don't go with the easy one that's been trying to earn their love for years. Oh, I'll just let them step all over me and then they'll love me. Oh my God, I'm going to prove I'm a good mate. No, you've got to have some backbone. I've learned this the hard way. I like to do it verbally and then follow it by the actions. But remember, people know when you mean it. How many of you have cried wolf? I'm going to leave. I'm going to leave. I'm going to leave. I'm going to leave. And the day you really mean it, oh my God, they know how to listen then. Now they listen. Now they remember everything you said you wanted, everything they were doing. Now they're ready. Oh, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. You're too late. You guys, this has been wonderful. Again, thank you so much. We've been talking about on read being a non-priority. I've told you about the summit coming up on the 20th, and I'll put in the community notes all this stuff for the masterclass that I'm going to have, my YouTube plaque, the super chat. Thank you, everyone who came on super chat. If you say something to me and when we're winding down, as I'm logging off, know again that I will answer it in cap letters, the very first comment, when this comes on my regular page. You have all been absolutely wonderful. Oh, I didn't do a country shout out this morning. I'm sorry because I was busy with the plaque. Joe, Lisa, Windy Puff 1, Alex, NJ Lucky, you are welcome, my dear. Please remember what I said. Watch this again in the replay when it comes on my station. You've got to see it. Elijah's Mary Magdalene, God bless you always and forever, Sister Susan. Thank you. Steffi, thank you. Klaus. Oh, Klaus. Klaus is a therapist to be over in those Scandinavian countries, Oh, yeah. Klaus, where are you from? Write us and give us your information. Just put it in here so we can all find you. And from Indonesia, hi. So if you're from Indonesia, you probably know Joel Brown because that's where he's based. And I'm so glad that I'm here because it's earlier, but boy, in New York, that's a tough when you're trying to do business that way. Amanda, love you too. Okay. Bia, yes, my dear, we had a session, fabulous. Okay. Love from Italy. Thank you, your videos. Everyone, thank you. Again, I will comment here until once I end it, it kind of gives me a little bit to comment. Sometimes I see that they don't come up. Then I start back on the page when the page loads. Everyone, thank you. And I haven't decided what we're talking about next week yet. I don't know. I've got a whole list. There's a lot of bad behavior out there. And again, you guys, thank you for this. Yes. Thank you. It's all of you. Thank you. Okay, I can't wait to get the gold one. I wonder how many videos I have to do that one. That's going to be fabulous. Thank you, everyone. Love you. I'm going to close down now. We'll see you next week. And if there's any super chat coming in, I'll answer it on the other side. Thank you, everyone. Adore you. If you want to reach me for consultation, susanwinter.net. You can book a time. I also work on Magnifi on the fly. I've been doing 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. a few days during the week. I'm really, really busy right now. So that's California time. Love you all. Take care. Thank you for being part of my tribe. Take care. Bye-bye, everyone.